A few months ago, the iPod was officially discontinued. I can't stop thinking about it, and I'll tell you why. So as you probably know, Apple bred generations of music lovers, with their very first model being released back in 2001. Look at this clunky bastard. You remember these? Remember taking the trek to Radio Shack to look at this musical brick? I fucking do. And I remember I finally got my first iPod for Christmas in 2005.
And it's called the iPod Nano.
I was only 9 years old, but it literally changed my life.
You ever wonder what this pocket's for? This is the new iPod Nano.
I specifically remember the very first time I put on those Apple earbuds because for a brief moment, everything around me just stopped. I mean, nothing else mattered. All that mattered was you and the music. And if you played it loud enough, all the outside noise and bullshit could be drowned out, which felt so special at a time where things were so loud and so confusing. And I would lay in my bed for hours listening to Green Day's American Idiot on repeat, not even just because I love that album so much, I mean I do, but it was also because my iPod had like 2 gigabytes storage.
You guys fucking rule, man. Thank you.
I listened to that album and I would visualize what I wanted my life to look like. All you had to do was close your eyes, put in those earbuds, and imagine. I guess what I'm trying to say is we used to use this device to tune out, and now we pretty much only use it to tune in. It's information overload and it's not natural. Especially when I look back at the timeline of how these things progressed. I mean, just 2 years after the simple Nano, the iPod Touch came out.
I happen to have one right here.
I suddenly went from being a normal kid to having every answer in my pocket. Just no deductive reasoning, no more wondering, and no more imagining. Just Google and thousands of articles at the tip of my finger. And slowly, I stopped dreaming of my rock star life because I was never just laying in bed listening to music anymore and imagining. I was talking to people nonstop on social media. I was researching stupid shit, and let me tell you, an 11-year-old kid should not be able to research platypus penises. Yes, okay, so I heard a rumor that their penises were very long, and I looked them up, and they're like 10 inches long, which means they're like 10 inches longer than my human penis, and no kid should be able to make that comparison for so many reasons. Listen, I'm not saying anything new or revolutionary. I mean, we all know this, right? Like, we all know technology is incredible and terrible simultaneously, and we all know that it's not going anywhere anytime soon.
We're not done yet, far from it.
It's allowed us to make miraculous medical discoveries, and there's no arguing with that. It's also allowed me to make this show, which has given me the ability to express myself in ways a journal could never. I mean, because of technology, we can optimize our time getting from one location to the next with the best fucking GPS systems, but in the grand scheme of things, I really think that we've lost our way. I think it's time we be honest with ourselves and stop saying we're adaptive, because we're anything but that. Things are on easy mode and we don't have to learn jack shit if we don't want to. What we are is we're greedy, and it's horrible. It breaks my heart because my greatest fear is looking up one day and realizing just how much time I spent on my phone while I could have been living. That's truly my greatest fear in life, and I feel like I'm actively not doing anything to prevent it. It sucks. And I'm sorry, you know, I apologize for the negative video. I never do negative videos on my channel, but I don't know about you guys, I feel like we're kind of f***ed.
The hype is real, if not the products themselves. The metaverse and virtual reality is what the tech industry would like us to think is coming next.
And I felt like we've been f***ed for a while, right? But you know, the discontinuation of the iPod has really cemented that feeling for me.
Oh my gosh, remember that movie Ready Player One? Is that what we're all headed towards?
Yeah, that's what they want us to live in.
That's what they want us to live in. Scary, scary.
Even Radio Shack looks different these days.